Welcome to SARCAN. Today we're going to take you on a tour to show you what SARCAN is and how we process your containers to turn them into new things. We got a lot to cover today, so why don't we get right into it. After the recycling technicians at the depots have counted, sorted, and loaded your cans and bottles, they are shipped here using SARCAN's very own fleet of transport trailers. Here at the processing plant, trailers are continually being emptied and then shipped back out to the depots to get refilled. On average, we do about 5,000 of these trailer switches every year. SARCAN has over 180 trailers in our fleet to make sure that we never run out and our depots will always have a trailer ready for them to fill. Naturally, the first thing to do once a full trailer gets to processing is unload it. The processing staff begin to take all of the full totes, bins, pallets off of the trailer to get it ready to be weighed. While the depots work with the total number of containers, processing works with the total weight of the containers. This is because all of the markets that SARCAN sends their material to all pay per pound of material. Once they have pulled the material off of the trailer, they will signal what type of material is about to be weighed to the scale house operator, who will then record the material type and its weight. Once the weight has been recorded, an all clear signal is given to the staff on the floor, who will then take the tote, bin, or pallet over to the next stage in the process. For the electronics, paint, and refillable beer bottles coming in from the depots, there isn't anything extra that needs to be done to send it downstream. They are ready to go out as is, so they come off one trailer, get weighed, and get put right back on another trailer. All of the glass that SARCAN gets has to be crushed before it gets shipped out. For this, SARCAN has large, specialized machines that crush it. As you can imagine, this process is incredibly loud and can get quite messy. So to keep our employees safe, this is all done in a closed-off room, referred to as our glass house. That minimizes the noise level and keeps any little pieces of glass that might get spit out of the crusher contained. This crushed glass is then taken by a conveyor to an outdoor bunker where it is stored until it can be shipped out. For the rest of the containers they receive at the plant, they use a series of conveyors to move the material up to an elevated sort belt above the storage cages. Well, all except for one type of container, aluminum. Because of the sheer volume of aluminum that comes to SARCAN, it has its own conveyor that takes it directly to a baler. This conveyor and baler combo needs to run almost constantly to keep up with the amount that is coming in from the depots. Everything else is taken up to the elevated sort belt by the large conveyors. Once up there, the processing staff do a quality control sort to make sure that no stray bottles have made it into the mix. Once again, this step ensures that the material that SARCAN sends to our downstream markets is incredibly pure and can be used in high-quality Second Life products. After it has gone through the quality control process, it is diverted off the belt into the cages where it is stored. These cages are huge, allowing the processing plants to handle the large volumes of containers that come in from all over the province. Each of the cages has a release valve on the bottom that, when opened, will drop the containers onto yet another conveyor belt that will take it to the last stage of the processing plant, the baler. Just like flattening the containers at the depots to maximize the use of space on the trailers during shipment, the processing plant also compacts the material. Although, they take it a step further than just flattening them by squeezing the material into bales. Now this really maximizes the space on the trailers. A single bale of aluminum can contain up to 33,000 cans. If you drank a can of pop a day, it would take you 90 years to drink as many cans as that one bale has. The plant has two balers, the aluminum baler, which is running continually, and another one for everything else. A baler operator keeps a close eye on the cages and switches the material getting baled depending on which type of material they have the most of. These skilled operators can pull this switch off midstream without even having to shut anything down. This ensures that the whole process is streamlined and very efficient. And it has to be. Over 148,000 pounds of containers are being recycled every day. After they are made, these bales are stored right here at processing until they can get shipped out. One of the supervisors at the plant monitors how many bales of each type of material are in storage. Once there are enough bales to fill a trailer, our supervisor lets the downstream markets know. Then that trailer load of bales is taken on the last stage of turning this stuff into new products, the actual recycling of the material. Because of the detailed sorting done at the depots and the quality control and consolidation of the materials at the processing plant, this material doesn't require any further preparation at these facilities. As soon as they get it, it is ready to be recycled. And all of SARCAN's material stays in North America so it can be made into new things right here. The aluminum all goes to Novellis in Kentucky, where it is melted down and then poured into large molds before being rolled out flat and made right back into aluminum cans. From the time that it leaves SARCAN, this aluminum could be back in can form, filled with a beverage, and on the shelf ready to be bought again in as little as 6 weeks. PET gets sent to Merlin Plastics in Calgary, Alberta. Here, it gets turned into either plastic flakes, pellets, or fiber. Manufacturers can then use these to make new products like turning the flakes and pellets into pop bottles or other food containers. And the fiber gets used to make carpets, pillows, or even clothing. The other plastics, like HDPE and LDPE, also get shipped to Merlin Plastics, although this time it's sent to a facility in Delta, BC. Both of these plastics have a wide variety of applications, all the way from industrial application to food packaging and other consumer goods. Aseptic containers, better known as juice boxes, are sent to Des Moines, Iowa, where they are turned into extremely durable roof boards by a company called Continuous Materials. The cartons, which are gable-top containers, get shipped to Sheboygan, Michigan, where they are hydropulped and then used to make napkins and paper towels. Our clear glass stays right here in Saskatchewan, with it being sent to Potters in Moose Jaw, where it is added to the highway paint, which makes it reflective. There is over 5 million pounds of SARCAN glass on Saskatchewan roads every year. The colored glass gets sent to Vitreous in Airdrie, Alberta, and gets used to make fiberglass insulation. Tin cans also stick around our own backyard, going to Evraz in Regina. They melt it down and use it as a deoxidation agent in the steel-making process. And that brings us to the end of our processing tour. I hope you learned a lot more about SARCAN today, and if you haven't already, go and check out our depot video tour. Thank you for stopping by, and happy recycling.